There they are, Electra Woman and Dyna Girl. Oh my gosh, two female superheroes from the 1970s, and we saw them on Saturday mornings, specifically in 1976. In a TV show that was really just one season, 16 episodes. It was actually 8 sets of 2-part episodes. It debuted on September 11th, 1976, starring Deidre Hall and Judy Stranges, I think maybe is how you say her last name. And wow, I remember them so vividly. I loved that show when I was a kid. And so what we're going to take a look at in this episode of Terrific TV Toys is something completely different. This is definitely the first appearance of Electra Woman and Dyna Girl, Electra Woman or Dyna Girl on Terrific TV Toys, and perhaps the first appearance, I do believe, of any of the Krofft entities, the Krofft Superstars. There was the Krofft Supershow back then on Saturday mornings, and that was what Electra Woman and Dyna Girl were part of. And so this is just Electra Woman as an action figure. There is no Dyna Girl as far as I can see. Here are the rest in the series and other Krofft properties here, other Krofft characters. Kling and Klang also in this figure series. Sigmund the Sea Monster, H.R. Pufnstuf. I used to love him. I used to watch that all the time. And I think I watched Kling and Klang. I don't think I watched Sigmund. I don't remember Sigmund anyways, but yeah, Electra Woman and Dyna Girl definitely left a big impression on me as a little girl. And of course, Isis was on Saturday mornings in live action as well. Wonder Woman was on in prime time in live action on TV. So it was a great time to watch female superheroes back then. So very cool. So this figure we see is by Living Toyz. It is dated 2000 with the trademark and copyright Krofft Superstar characters, trademark and copyright Sid and Marty Krofft Pictures, etc., etc. But 2000 is the year this came out. Living Toyz with a Z.com, and you've got the logos of that and Art Asylum, the world of Sid and Marty Krofft, and then you've got some credits here on the folks who are responsible for this set. And I picked this up. Let's see, what was it? I want to say January 2021, so very recently as of shoot time, and I think I got a really good deal on it. It was a local comic shop, $7.95. I think if you look for this on eBay or Amazon, it's going to run more than that, and it actually was a markdown because there's another price tag here that says $12.95, so I think it's a really good deal. It's the first time I remember seeing this anywhere, you know, having gone to a lot of Comic Cons over the years. So I grabbed that thing up. I'm like, man, that's going to make a good episode of Terrific TV Toys. So these two female superheroes, their alter egos were Lori and Judy. They worked for a magazine, and they did not have any superpowers. They didn't toss around criminals. They didn't get into fist fights. They relied on their ingenuity and gadgets. Gadgets like the Electra beam. I mean, everything seemed to start with Electra, except for Dyna Girl. It was Electra Woman and Electra beam and Electra plane and Electra car, and then Electra comps, which they wore around their wrists, which helped them transform from regular clothes into their costumes, and also did a lot of other stuff. So it looks like that's a spare part or an accessory of this figure is the Electra comp. This thing is coming out of the package. It may be 21 years old as of shoot time. Maybe if it was from the 1970s, I would leave it in the package, but it's coming out because I gotta check this thing out. So we are going to open it right here. If you own this and you have not opened it, you can live vicariously through this out-of-the-box experience. So this is a stand, right? It is attached to the card. Ooh, that's gonna take a sharp instrument, I think, to get that off. But I can tell on the bottom it's got Sid and Marty Krofft Pictures, copyright 2000, and all of that. So we won't worry about scratching that off just yet. And then we've got 2 layers of plastic casing that she's in. See if we can get her free without too much fuss here. The beautiful Electra Woman in her yellow and red outfit. The girls wore like yellow, red, orangish, slight variations on their costumes. I am going to have to... There we go, there's one leg. Okay, once you get one foot or one leg out, then the rest comes out. So there she is. Let's get the wrist tool out. Electrocomp. And it does have like it's going to fit like a bracelet, I can see. Oh my gosh! Come on, there we go. Nothing broken. Wow, it's amazing, huh? Okay, let's check out this girl's articulation. Nice little cloth cape and her flowing blonde hair in sculpted plastic. And let's see about that likeness for Deidre Hall, which you may know went on to soap opera fame. Pretty well known in the daytime soaps. So she was quite the youngin' when she played this in the 70s. Okay, we got articulation there. We got elbows that bend. Leg articulation as well. And quite a stance. Quite a slanted stance. We got a head that moves also. So let's take a look at the back of her just to get the full effect on this girl. And then the accessory. Okay, that is interesting. Let me see what way. In fact, they show that on the back. I wanted to see what way that red part is pointing out. So if you got it like this, the red part, they'd have it on her on the back with the red part pointing out like that. If I can get that on without breaking anything. This is like live TV, I've said it before. Okay, so she's about to use her Electrocomp to do something to fight the bad guys. And let's use that stand. I see we got a hole on the bottom of each boot. And we'll see if we can get her. Not really, huh? Unless these will go any closer together. They really don't. Huh, it's interesting because the pegs are too close together for both of her boots to fit in at the same time. Let's just put one boot in, and we can stand her up that way. All right. So Electra Woman and Dyna Girl, they rode around on a little car that looked like a spaceship that also would fly as the Electra plane. I guess they showed that in one episode that I watched leading up to this because, of course, I had not seen this show since it originally aired, and so I had to do my homework. And I did find quite a few episodes on YouTube. There was one playlist of the whole series, actually all 16 episodes, that I was making my way through. They were assisted by a guy named Frank, who was back at the Electra lair, I guess it would be called, which was downstairs or in the basement from the house where they lived. And, you know, there's a lot of references to the Batman series if you watch Electra Woman and Dyna Girl, because the two of them, much like Bruce and Dick, they get into the secret compartment that's like an elevator, and they have their wrist gadgets that help them change into their outfits. But they descend, much like on the bat poles, although they don't actually have bat poles, they descend to the lair downstairs, just like Bruce and Dick do, to change into Batman and Robin. And then there's Frank, and he's got this big computer, kind of like Alfred might be helping out with the Bat computer, and he assists them. He mans the computer and assists them at the lair, and he communicates with them when they're out in the field busting criminals. He's communicating with them and helping them, and so that's kind of cute. And this series, actually, I did not realize until I watched it again just recently, created by Joe Ruby and Ken Spears. So these characters were. So that I found kind of interesting, that it was a Ruby Spears thing, although, like I said, it was Sid and Marty Krofft, part of their Super Show. But yeah, they didn't wear masks, and that was the biggest suspension of disbelief. Okay, watch these episodes and realize that anybody who encounters them, there's no eyeglasses as a disguise in either alter ego or a superhero persona. There's no mask, there's no cowl or anything like that. They literally just wear their hair differently. Like Dyna Girl wears her hair in pigtails in one persona and not in the other, and Deidre Hall wears her hair slightly differently. That's the only difference in their appearance besides their outfits. So I really had to get a kick out of that suspension of disbelief. And another reference to Batman, Dyna Girl is always making exclamations, just like Robin did with the holy this and the holy that. But with Dyna Girl, it's Electra wow and Electra this and Electra that. So just so adorable. So yeah, take a look on eBay or other sellers online if you'd like to snag yourself one of these Electra Woman figures, rare merchandise from that short-lived show that is just delightful and was delightful for little girls everywhere. All right, well, thanks for watching Terrific TV Toys once again, and keep it tuned here to BRBTV.